Hi friends, happy Friday. I hope you guys had a beautiful week. I've definitely missed you guys. I know it feels like I haven't been on here very much recently. Hopefully that will change. Well, my son goes to camp soon, so there will be a good amount of time that I will have to sit down and catch up on so many readings I want to do. So what you guys can look forward to over the next week or so, I would say from now until about the 4th of July, I plan to get through an energy reading for the Karen Reed verdict, and we will try to channel John and get his thoughts and energies around what happened and what we could expect moving forward. If they're going to reopen the case or bring charges against anybody else, we can ask questions like if the feds are going to take this any further, if anybody speaks up, how the other families are feeling around all that energy. There's a lot to dive into there. The energy was just so big. I kind of like pulled way back from that energy because John's energy already is so strong, and I feel like I was so connected like in such a short amount of time that with the energy of the rest of the world just celebrating this huge victory for Karen, I had to pull back, let them have their moment, let that energy die down so that I could recenter. And I didn't want to take anything away from anything else energetically. I know that may sound kind of weird to you guys, but that's just where I was with that. So I do want to circle back to that and dig in a little deeper about what may be coming in the future around that now that she was found not guilty. I'm still going to look into Sandra Birchmore. After I give her a voice and a foundation, I want to bring her and John in together to see what could be going on in Canton, Boston, any energies around corruption that goes a lot deeper than just what happened to John or just Sandra. So we'll try to bring those two energies together. Oh man, there was somebody else I wanted to look into, and I was going to ask you guys if you were interested in me trying to... I think there was a few, so stay tuned for a poll. There's a couple like random cases out there that have piqued my interest, so I will ask you guys where the interest is there if you want me to look into those. And of course, we are going to get back into Sebastian because I still have a dream I need to share with you guys. I actually had a dream about John and one of the spirit kids that I still need to share with you guys. There's so much, and I just don't have enough time to sit and get all this out. I still haven't even picked a 7K giveaway winner yet, and we are right on the edge of 8K. So with the 8K giveaway, details for that will be coming soon. A lot of things going on. I missed the Hive Day readings. Thank you guys for understanding and being patient as I get through everything that I'm going through on top of a ton of paid private readings. I am about 90% done with those. A few more have trickled in for June, so I have the last couple to get through for June. I will reopen up July for private readings, but I had a lot more interest than I thought I would, so I'm really going to have to put a hard deadline on just taking so many readings. So if you're interested in a reading in July, please reach out to me soon because there's going to be limited spots as I am going to be crazy busy in July. And then Hive Day readings, of course, hopefully I can pick those back up sporadically throughout July. It might not be every Tuesday, Wednesday, but I will try to still open those up for you guys. Yeah, 7K giveaway. Let's just go ahead and do that now. And then I will get into the cards on the table and where we're going tonight. And then I should be back Sunday with another reading for you guys. Hopefully Sunday is when we will channel Sandra, so stay tuned for that. I have the YouTube random comment picker in there, and it was the Karen Reed Jury Check-In Psychic Reading channel video, rather, I'm sorry, that we're picking the winner from. So I put the link in here, and if we fetch, I'm going to include replies and allow duplicates. And then if we continue, let's see how many comments this pulls. 655 comments. Okay, so this again is for the True Crime box. We have the True Crime Oracle cards, a tote, a mug, some jewelry, some stickers. I'm already forgetting. But if you guys are interested in what's all in that, the details are in the Karen Reed Jury Check-In Psychic Reading. That shows you what you could potentially be winning. Again, I still have it loaded here. I'm going to pick a winner, but again, I just want to say if you are the one chosen, you can choose a private reading with me, like a full private reading, not just a question. You can give me some background, tell me the situation you want me to read on, ask a few questions. It's usually anywhere from 30-45 minutes up to an hour, sent to you via a private link on YouTube. This is not a live reading. You don't have to sit on Zoom or a phone call with me. You can just give me the situation. I will take it into meditation, record a reading for you, and send it to you in a link that you can keep forever and watch as many times as you'd like, or even share with family members if I'm channeling for you. So just know that you have the option for a private reading or the giveaway box, which comes with the true crime goodies. So it's either or. And let's go ahead and pick our winner. 3, 2, 1. Fiction Vixen. I would love a reading. How can I book one? Well, Fiction Vixen. So I said that way too fast. Fiction Vixen 3. You don't have to book a reading with me because you just want a free reading. That being said, Fiction Vixen, please email me. I will give you 1 week. 1 week from today. So next Friday, if I haven't heard from you via email, I will pick a new winner. If you go into the channel description box, my email is listed there. Send me an email. Let me know that you are Fiction Vixen and that you won the private reading with me. Again, you have until next Friday. And yeah, I will be waiting to hear from you. Congratulations. Since the winner of the 7K giveaway chose the reading and not the giveaway box, I will keep the contents of the true crime and carry it over into the 8K, and I will add a couple things to it so that I'm still continuing to add to the giveaways. So I'll look for a couple new pieces to add. I will announce the 8K giveaway details and what will be included in that. And then again, you guys can choose to win a reading or the box. If nobody wins the box for 8K, we'll continue to do the same thing until one of you decides you want the box over the reading. But I am absolutely honored that you guys would rather have the private reading with me. That just says so much. And I am so honored to be able to tap into your guys' energy and give you advice and guidance in whatever situation you have going on. So I don't take that lightly that you trust those messages from me. So thank you and congratulations again. Let's dive into today's reading. I sat here and I pulled out the tea leaves, as you can see, and I'm sure by the thumbnail you can tell we're going to be reading on Malaya and just tuning into Jack and Lily's mom, specifically just her, what her involvement is with the kids, how she's feeling right now, why she's on the run, what any potential outcomes for her specifically are. If anything with the kids comes up as to maybe if she knows where they're at, if they're safe, if, you know, if that comes out, we'll read on that, but I'm not specifically looking for like the location of the kids. But that being said, I feel like there's already messages, signs, and symbols just within the cards on the table that could be pointing us in that direction. I've just been sitting here with Malaya in my mind, shuffling, meditating, putting the intention out there to read with her, trying to connect to the Holy Spirit, letting, you know, my guides know where my intention is so that I can feel into the energy. And then these are the cards that flip out on the table, and it's very synchronistic. So I want to share those with you before I pick it all up and re-pull the cards. So I pulled out the tea leaves, like all of them, because I do this occasionally where I take them out of the acrylic case and I shuffle them, split them up, all the things. So I just will sit here, and then I'll split them and then take one off of each top, put these together, set these aside. I know you guys probably can't see very well, but pull different halves together, so on and so forth. And then after they're nice and shuffled, I will put them back over here. In between, I can grab like a smaller Pexi and I can unicorn again. That's interesting because the last reading we did, we got the unicorn a couple times. Unicorn and the bell and announcement. Anyways, so that's how these flipped out. I didn't pull them out of here. I've been shuffling and then these came out. So I wanted to share those with you. And then in shuffling these other cards that I had out intended to use, I'm going to show you what's on the table just in case it repeats. But that's what we're doing today, is reading on Malaya and just checking into her, what's going on in her energy, and seeing what comes out. Well, last I've heard was she left her mom's house. Baby Meadow is in Child Protective Services or in CPS custody. And she went to the reservation. I don't know that her mom's been in touch with her, or I don't know like really who's been in touch with her, or what her communication looks like, or anything like that. So that's the last bit of information that I have on Malaya, is that she left her mom's house. She no longer has the baby with her, and she's somewhere being protected by a reservation or her attorney or some sort of tribal community environment. So the cards that flipped out, we got 2 dog cards flip out. It went in the order that I laid them out. So we have dog barking, July, bear, and casket. So again, you know, in case you are just now tuning in and are new here, my personal psychic opinion, that's all this is. I am just a crazy girl that pulls tarot cards, reads energy, and As you guys know, energy changes. I rely on psychic downloads. I rely on guidance from the Holy Spirit. Everybody reads tarot differently. Reading energies is never 100% accurate, and nobody should ever be claiming that it is, because it's not. Yes, we can get things right. Do we get it wrong? Yes. Am I accusing anybody? No. Am I reading energy? Absolutely. That's all I'm doing. Use your discernment. Understand none of this is fact, and I do not claim this to be fact. Okay. I think that's enough of a disclaimer. My personal psychic opinion, from what I feel I've been given from my spirit team, my own intuition, what I feel like my gut is telling me, what the cards have continued to show me, all of this points in a direction that Lily and Jack are no longer with us. However, it is very guarded energy psychically. So if you guys have been around for the summer saga, you guys know there's a lot of ways that energy can be manipulated, blocked, cloaked, guarded. And right off the bat, the second I tried to connect with Lily and Jack in their spirit form, I immediately got trickster energy. And then one of you had sent me a link to a video, and I think it was called like Feather and Flame, where these two mediums came together and did a live. I just watched it like a couple hours ago because one of you posted it in the comments, and that was very fascinating because they kind of picked up the same thing about it just being psychically cloaked. Somebody was trying to prevent people from being able to see where the kids were. However, I believe those two people are siding with Sloane's reading and are going in the direction that the kids are safe. And I'm sorry, they're great at what they do. I feel like they had pure intentions and they're reading the cards probably accurately. I just psychically disagree with the energy that the kids are alive and that their whereabouts are just being psychically cloaked so we can't find them physically. However, I could be wrong, they could be right. No one can say who is right when we're talking about psychics. I'm just gonna say that you can support a psychic, you can intuitively connect with a reading where you feel in your gut, okay, I listened to this reader, I listened to this psychic, I listened to this message, and that feels right with me. And that's all we can ask you to do, is take it in and go with what feels right with you. Don't let us convince you of anything, okay? So again, I could be wrong, they could be wrong. Either way, two differing opinions there, but there is still this energy of like a psychic cloaking, witchcraft involvement, a lot of spiritual energies around the kids, dark arts, magic, sorcery. Malaya even mentions Wicca and sorcery specifically 10 years ago. So we know that she is at least aware of those energies and enjoys them. And that was 10 years ago. She could have had a change of heart since then. She could have gotten deeper into her practice. I don't really know, but I know that word Wicca and sorcery came out of her mouth in the context that she likes it and it's not bad, it's good. So we know that that is a possibility. And I didn't find that out until after my readings already pointed me in that direction. So that was just validation for me. I didn't take what she said and bring that energy to my readings, just so you guys know. That showed up completely organically. So I do believe that there is some sort of spiritual manipulation here as it relates to the kids and what could be going on with them. Okay, back to the cards. Dog. This has protection from a powerful friend. But then we have dog barking that came out directly after it. And this was giving me the energy of like dogs that alert on like remains, because if dogs are out searching but then they start barking, I think that's like the universal way they like, if this is a cadaver dog, and I don't know that they have or haven't used cadaver dogs yet. I think as of early on in the investigation, the first few weeks, I know that the cadaver dogs were not brought into the property or the surrounding woods. I don't know if that's changed. As far as I know, I haven't heard anything, but this is giving me like a dog out looking, and then when he barks, he's alerting to something. So advice from a friend could just be even somebody talking like, hey, I think I know where the kids might be. They send a dog out there to help better find them if they have a general location. And then I'm getting like the alert from a dog, which is crazy. And I know we are going into July in the next couple days. What is today, like the 28th? 27th. Today's the 27th. So just a few days away from July. But then we have bear, and this is where it gets interesting, and this is where the energy starts to repeat for me. Well, it repeated here with dogs, but then we have bear, and this is danger. This specifically mentions money matters, but I don't know how that's going to apply. And then we have casket, the ending of a situation, or literally the place, like your resting place or where your vessel rests. But bear, okay, so bear is interesting. I had these out here, and then I was like, okay, what tarot deck am I going to use? What oracle cards am I going to use? I start shuffling, and the first card that hits the table out of the Secret Wisdom of Bees deck is this card. And immediately I seen the honey traps and traps. And the first thing I thought of with it sitting here next to bear is like a bear trap. Bears eat honey. And I know there's bears in the area. And then the honey trap and the bear, I was just getting like this energy of like a bear trap. So I don't know. It's also my card for the number 4. We have April here, traps, chess, decoding, love bombing. This is discernment. It's also my card for no. Things being hidden. See, very secretive energy. But then the bear trap with the honey trap really like made me think like not a honey trap like CIA honey traps, but like an actual bear who's going after honey, and then a bear trap. But then look, okay, so then I was like, wow, like that's crazy. So I set that here, and then when I set the deck on the bottom, this is the card for look closer at something. But then this is also my card for kids. So we have like the teacher, kids, church. This is also my card for a cover up, distraction, pointing at something like look here type of energy. And then so this was telling me like bear traps, bears, honey traps, and then telling me to like look there, like look near bear traps, or near somewhere that would have the word bear in it, or maybe even the word trap in it, or something like that, like in terms of like where to look. But then I look under that, and here we have that card that we got in the beginning with the adjusting and warming up, when we were getting a lot of the fire energies and the warming up. And I was telling you guys, for honey to be poured, it has to be heated up, like in order to get it to flow. And this is let the honey soak through. So look, warming up, traps, bear traps, alerting. Look at that. I had only looked here, and this is what I was looking at. And this card, I know you guys seen that. I wasn't looking at the camera here when it happened, but this just flipped over like this, and look what was underneath it. Death, rebirth, numb, 513. This is the death card, and we have casket here. Again, looking somewhere. Again, with this heating up energy. Underneath that is the fingerprints, passports, identification cards. This is the male bee, DNA. Oh, DNA. DNA of a male. Possibly Jack's. I mean, that is crazy. But then, I have not used this deck in forever, guys. I pulled out the Star Tarot. When I was shuffling the tea leaves, I showed you guys how I was shuffling them, and it's not here at the bottom anymore. But at some point when I had put this deck down, the star card was here at the bottom. So I had a big star on it. And so when I was like, maybe I should use the Star Tarot. That's what this deck is called. I rarely use it, but it's heavy on symbolism and like symbolic imagery. Like there's tons to be decoded in this deck. It's usually a lot for me. So I decided to pull the Star Tarot out because it kind of gives me this energy, the star card that's on the tea leaves. So here we are, the two cards that flipped out together and hit the table. You guys will not believe it, but here we are. The freaking 10 of Wands, but look at the bear on this person's back. Like, shut up. Literally, the honey trap, the bear is right there, and then we have literally a bear showing up right here. And I never use this deck. That is just wild to me. And then look at this card, the freaking Empress. Woo! Look at the swan. We've had the swan in Lily and Jack's reading before, and that message was, not everything is as it seems. And are these lilies? I'm so bad with flowers, guys. Are these lilies? I'm pretty sure they are. But again, with that swan, I'm pretty sure that's a swan. But yeah, the freaking Empress. And look at that big old star at the top. So that's where we are today. The mom showing up again, very heavy, especially when we're talking about Malaya's energy. Something about this bear is important, something about traps, looking like a dog alerting to something, possibly news coming out in July, maybe even a friend speaking up about a possible location of the kids. And again, this could all be pointing in a direction to where they actually are alive and safe. It could be that. My opinion differs from that, but I pray to God I'm wrong. And I really hope that's the case, and all of this is just pointing us in a direction of where they are alive and well, but we'll see. So that's the energy on the table. We're going to pick all of these up. Bottom of the deck, look at this big old star. We're going to pick all this up and then just ask about, oh, last one, before I forget, I also pulled out this deck of, what is this called? It's like a locations deck. I don't know the actual name of it. I found it on Amazon. It just gives like different locations. I just split it on school. That's funny because this actually did come out in the pre-shuffle at one point. So school. I wonder if they're near their school or if the school knows more than they're saying. But bottom of the deck, after I shuffled these cards and set them down, supermarket. I know the kids were seen on TV the day before they went missing. So they went missing in the morning. They were seen on TV in a shopping area. And to be honest, I know Daniel mentioned this, and I never looked up the shopping center on Google Earth, so I don't know what is around there. But I started feeling like, because I get this energy a lot about like preparing dinner, getting foods, going to like farmers markets, you know, in different decks I get like the people shopping for food and breaking bread, having dinner, having a feast. I'm wondering if they went to the grocery store that day. But then I'm also wondering if this grocery store would have like a pharmacy in it, and if it would be like a well-known pharmacy. And maybe they don't want to say what store they were coming from, either one, because they were either at like a hospital or a pharmacy and they don't want the public to start speculating or pulling things apart or harassing anybody there for information, or it's like I don't know, I'm just getting like hospital, pharmacy, supermarket, or a supermarket pharmacy, something like that. So anyways, that's that. We're going to shuffle everything back in and ask the Holy Spirit to give us energy around Malaya, what she has going on, anything that her energy wants to reveal tonight. And then, yeah, like I said, guys, on Sunday, I will come back and do a channeling for Sandra Birchmore. And at some point over the next week, we will check back in with John O'Keefe and see what could be happening in the future for his case and getting actual justice. We're just going to split these. And then key again. I feel like key continues to repeat for them also. I'm going to take half at a time and I'll get 2 more from each half. Look what I just split it on. That is crazy. Every time I get fire or around the energy of fire, the key is not far away. So the key, fire and the key. If you guys go back through Lily and Jack readings, when you guys see the key, it's usually not far off from fire. I wonder... Okay, so we'll pull 2 here and 2 here. Holy Spirit, show us. Malaya's energy. Broken wishbone, a wish that will not be granted, came out with funnel. A period of frustration and lessons to be learned. Frustration over a wish that will not be granted for Malaya. This is successful outcome to your problem, but I'm just seeing that more so with the energy of the key. Okay, Spirit, can you give me 2 more for Malaya and her energy? Vulture, depression and anxiety. frustrated. Something is not going the way she wants it to. There's a key here. There's vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you or may be turning on you, or somebody you can't trust. There's anxiety around what somebody knows, maybe. Dogs. This is getting together with friends, but we had the 2 dogs out here and then 2 dogs again. We had the dog who I said could be searching, the dog that's alerting dogs with dog barking, and it even said like a protection, and then one said like, what did it say? Exciting news from a friend, or exciting news, or hearing news, or I don't remember what it said. My memory is shot, but getting together with friends, maybe someone in the close circle will be talking. But then also, again, that energy with like the vultures eat carcasses, like death. Vultures eat death. Dogs, like this is a cadaver dog. Look at this. The vulture goes after dead things. Dogs who are trained to sniff out the dead. Holy cow. I wonder if she knows they're bringing in cadaver dogs soon, or that's the plan. And this is what's causing this anxiety here. All right. Let's get 2 bee oracles. Spirit, what's going on with Malaya right now? What's in her energy? What can you tell us about Lily and Jack's mom? What's going on with Lily and Jack's mom? All eyes on you. Star. Again with this energy of the star. She be little, but she be fierce. This talks about being center stage. A big city maybe even, but again with this like all eyes on you. Let's get one more. Is that what's causing her this anxiety and frustration? Is everybody looking at her? Look at the 2 that just flipped out. This has come out in the very first reading with Lily and Jack, where I said something that was supposed to be locked up, that wasn't locked up, that they weren't protected from, that caused their death, or they got into something harmful that should have been kept out of their reach. But then again, look at, here's the key. Here's the key. In the mom's energy is the key to something that is being locked away, or she holds the key to the missing info to where the kids are. This is also jail. Jail for the death of her kids. Being locked up for killing her kids is what she's worried about, and the whole world's seeing this. But I feel like possibly cadaver dogs could be a big part of finding Lily and Jack. I do think they're around somewhere with boulders, rocks. It continues to come up. I mentioned a shallow grave, like they're like under rocks, or rocks are over them, and they're in like a cave or a well type of environment that would be surrounded by rocks or boulders or something like that. This is crazy. Repeating energy though about protection, something being locked up, kept hidden. But the key is right here in the center of this, in Malaya's energy, with the death as well. Right next to death again, we have the lock with the key now, and the death again. I'm gonna leave these together over here. Wow. Bottom of the deck is Dirty Little Secret. Love spells. Seduction. Interesting. I'm going to pull a couple of these. I don't know how they're going to tie into the actual message. I just want to see what energies come out in terms of a location, whether this could be significant to the energy of the kids, or Malaya, or her family, or Lily and Jack, or where they're at, where they could be, where they're going, past, present, future. I don't know how these cards are going to tie in specifically, but let's just see a couple of the location cards for Malaya's energy. Hotel. Traveler's Retreat. This is somewhere you go when you're away from home, when you're traveling. So we know she's not home. She's a temporary guest somewhere, but it looks like she's comfortable where she's at. She feels safe. Let's see, what else? Spirit for Malaya. What else for Malaya's energy? That was casino and post office that I just seen. Maybe a hotel that has a casino in it could be. That was bathroom. Okay, one more. Spirit for Malaya's energy. Malaya, the kids, anything surrounding the energy of what could have happened or where she's at, where she's going. Casino is back at the bottom. This was the first one that I seen. Casino. For that to show twice. But then here we have a place of reminiscence, nostalgia, memories, sentimental childhood reflection, like a childhood home, somewhere she used to live before. She could be temporarily visiting an old childhood, or that's where they took the kids, to someplace sentimental to her childhood, whether this be a park, a lake, an area. This could be her or the kids. This is where she's at, somewhere where she's temporarily staying away from home is a place she used to live, or it's saying possibly the kids could be found in somewhere nostalgic or sentimental to Malaya. So we're going to set those over here. I just want to see what energies would come out there. I'm going to pull a quick foundation spread with the Star Tarot. Then I'm going to get a Cowgirls and Aliens from Malaya. We're going to get a different tarot deck to pull more cards, and then I'll get a final message from the Divine Circus. So we're going to take 4 cards from the Star Tarot to give us a foundation into Malaya's energy. Spirit, can you show me Malaya's energy in 4 cards, please? What can we know about Malaya, Lily, and Jack's mom? Two of Cups. I can't say I'm surprised. Always, 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 always comes out. I wouldn't be surprised if Justice is here with the first 4 cards. The 4 of Cups shows up. There's another one. Let's see. We get 4 of Cups a lot. 2 of Cups, Justice. 5 of Pentacles comes out a lot with Malaya. Let's see. Hermit. King of Cups with the 2 of Cups, so showing a masculine counterpart here with her. This could be Daniel, this could be somebody else, this could be a father figure, could be somebody from her childhood with that place of reminiscence card. It could be the person she's on the run with. I don't know, we'll have to get more context to the reading, but definitely showing an energy of partnership, love, connection, alliance, possibly attraction, emotions around a King of Cups. And look at 2, okay, we have the 2 dolphins down here, and then look in the King of Cups energy, I think those are whales. Are those? Yeah, either way, the 2 underneath. Oh, but there's a dolphin right here. How did I not see that? Okay, so there's something about something like not being seen, because I was looking at these. These are whales. These aren't dolphins. That's the energy of the swan, with like something isn't quite as it seems. I was trying to connect these two dolphins with these two whales, and I completely missed the dolphin right here. So there's something being camouflaged almost in plain sight, because we're looking on the wrong side. I want to say we're looking on the wrong side. We're looking on the wrong side of the water. Going in the wrong direction. Five of Pentacles does not surprise me. Here we have fuckboy card, the other person card, with the Hierophant. The Hierophant. This Hierophant is pointing at this circular thing again. Now this goes back to like, I know Donna mentioned it also, but this is, look at all the stones around it. So here we have stones. What do you call these, where you stack them on top of each other? Like, shoot. I think it starts with a C. The circle and the stones. The stones are important, and this guy is pointing somebody of importance, somebody at the top of a hierarchy, somebody who's knowledgeable and has wisdom, somebody people look up to. This guy is pointing at this circle with the stones. Again, that is interesting. And then here's another unicorn and lion. So in the Wizard of Oz Alice in Wonderland deck that I have, we had the unicorn and the lion were fighting. And look, now they're being separated. So the unicorn is in the woods, and the lion is with somebody else. This is interesting. I'm getting quite a bit of energy with this, just because we had, and that was in the was it Five of Swords? I think it was Five of Swords, the bully card, like where it's an unequal fight. And I was telling you guys, the lion and the unicorn, they look like a well-matched fight to me. Like those two could go rounds. Like I wouldn't know who to put my money on. And then again, the same energy with a unicorn and a lion showing up here in terms of like this. Okay, and I didn't even notice the star in the background right here. I was noticing the circular pattern in the stones, or something like literally right in front of our eyes that we're not seeing. Again, with this dolphin, it's like we're looking on the wrong side. Something is barely being cloaked or covered up. It's like that energy of like shallow grave. There's barely a light, something over it, or it's being camouflaged in some way, or it's like literally hiding in plain sight around stones, I feel like. But again, this, and I just said the Five of Pentacles energy comes out a lot with Malaya in terms of like being left out in the cold, or leaving home, or being kicked out, or she wasn't home when the kids went missing, or she was like out of the house, or, you know, I don't know, something about leaving. But then again, we had the hotel, and then her again being removed from the house, the Hierophant. Five and five are both the month of May. I think Hierophant is Taurus, and isn't that a May birthday for Taurus? I think so. But then this is where I feel like there's a message here, and the fact that this unicorn, if this symbolizes the female, whether this is Malaya or Lily, I don't know, but you can literally see the woods in the background here. It's like they're on two different planes. And I know there's a lot of speculation going around that possibly the kids were split up. And if that represented the kids, or just if this is like, let's clarify this, because I don't know if this is just the energy of Malaya and Daniel being split up, and the mom feeling like out in the cold, like abandoned on her own on the run, while Daniel's like center stage in the spotlight, maybe even has help. Or if this is literally Jack in the light being protected and Lily is separated in the woods. It's also giving me the energy if we're carrying over that Five of Swords type of energy, it's like somebody came between them. If these two were fighting and there was some sort of battle going on with whoever represents Unicorn and Lion, it's almost like somebody stepped in, put a barrier between them, like that middleman. Oh, Two of Swords. That's funny. Two of Swords shows itself a lot too in this energy. So that would be the energy of a mediator, somebody coming in between. So I wonder if this represents the Two of Swords energy and these represent Malaya and Daniel. Again, with this Two of Cups right here. Is this literally them? Let me see which deck. I want to clarify with. Let's use the Light Seers. I'm gonna get one card. Holy shit. I was gonna say I want to get one card for the Unicorn and one card for the Lion. And here we have King and Queen of Wands. So this is Malaya and Daniel. I wanted to find out who this is. Okay, there it is. I think Spirit answered that. That's literally them. The pair, the couple, the Two of Cups. That is Malaya and Daniel. All right, let's just, since this deck seems to be connected with us right now, let's ask. Two of Swords. There's that middleman. I was gonna say, I don't even know if I looked at the bottom of the deck. The bottom of the deck here is the Princess of Pentacles. This would be the page, the child feminine, and then this feminine child is out in the woods with nature. There's the swan again, the fairies, the bear. I think Lily for sure is telling us she's in the woods, near a pile of rocks, in a cave, in a well, has rocks over her, near her. There's some significance there with Lily's energy trying to tell me about the woods and rocks. All right, Spirit, what else can we know about Malaya and what's going on in her energy right now, today, June 27th? Can you show us Malaya's energy right now in the here and now, in the present? What is Malaya doing? What is she feeling? Where is she? What is she thinking about? Show us Malaya's energy right now. The Star. We use the Star Tarot because I seen the star on the bottom of the tea leaves. The Star was the first card out for the B deck. Stars all over this. The star that's faint here, the star here. The Star, the first card out in Malaya's energy. Justice. Look, it just fell back out. We're gonna leave it. There's Page of Pentacles again. Star is a card of healing, medicine. It's very much a energetic healing type of energy. That could be medicinal type of energy. Again, where I do feel like the kids were medicated in one way or another, or ingested something, or given something to eat, or potentially medication, or her literally just trying to heal Lily's cough, or just getting them to sleep. I don't know what it was, but there's justice here. There's some sort of death, I feel, that happened. Okay, let's just keep pulling. Caught by the devil. These two together is a fucking sacrifice. Look it up. The hangman literally means a sacrifice. With the devil? Oh no. I'm not going to jump to the conclusion that the kids were sacrificed. There could have been a sacrifice Malaya made because she feels controlled or connected to the devil in some way. This is just the energy of being uncomfortable, sacrificing yourself, and then the energy of the devil. This could be addiction. This could be lust. This could be desires. This could be overindulgence. This could be selfishness. This could be anything that binds you, controls you, consumes your thoughts, anything of the dark around being in an uncomfortable position, a timeout, a pause, or literally being held upside down by the devil, or it's a sacrifice to the devil, or sacrificing devilish tendencies. All those things could apply. Let me get one more. Spirit, and holy, all four major arcana: the Star, Justice, Hangman, the Devil. Major arcana in Malaya's energy right now. Whoa, 2 cards. Judgment, another freaking, the 5th card out here is another major arcana. This is setting yourself free. Look at this person. Just, the soul is being elevated, it's draining the life force out of you. This devil, okay, that's crazy. So if the devil has you on strings here, upside down in an uncomfortable position to where the blood is rushing to your head, you literally feel like you are stuck and being controlled, trapped in whatever this is for her. It's like it's sucking the life out of you. But then the 10 of Cups, was it her relationship and the kids that she felt she was tied to and that was sucking the life out of her? Was this? 2 kids and a man she doesn't want to be with anymore? Oh my god. Holy, that is 5 major arcana around a 10 of Cups. A quote-unquote happy home, happy life, mom, dad, the kids. We have the 2 of Cups here. We have the kids are clearly missing. Justice, the devil. Oh my god. It's like she maybe in some sort of psychosis or somewhere where she wasn't right mentally. She felt the only way to break free from whatever was holding her upside down, chained to the devil, sucking the life out of her, around the kids, the home, the relationship. Maybe she made a decision that she can't come back from. Queen of Swords, yeah, she chose to cut off the family. Oh no, I think Malaya did do this. Cold, disconnected. This is also the mother who has lost children. This is a mother, or the childless mother. This would be the queen who has suffered the loss of a child or can't have kids. If she feels that hole in her heart from not having kids. And here we see the family. The dog, the spouse, the money, the stable foundation. She didn't want this. Alright, well, okay. Let's grab a Cowgirls and Aliens, and then we will get one more quick 5-card spread from the tarot to see if Malaya, what her next steps are going to be. This is the energy she's in now. This is huge energy, guys. This is... She feels like they're closing in on her. She knows all eyes are on her. She knows justice is right on her back. She's afraid somebody's going to turn on her, or if dogs do come in, they're going to find the kids, because they're not... I don't feel like they're gone. They're just under the surface, or they're right beneath our noses somewhere. And she feels this suffocating attachment from the devil that's draining the life out of her. So she's not doing well. Spirit, can you give us an energy around Malaya right now? What's going on in Malaya's energy right now? I was just looking at this mountain woman card. I didn't know if that was like bear skin on her head, but I don't think so. Is that a bear? No. Is that a wolf? I don't know. I know it's supposed to be like alien-like with all the eyes, but what would you guys say that animal looks like? A bear, a wolf? Anyways, not important. The card that came out was the Pilot. I will seek out inspiration. I'm going to quickly read the Pilot card, and then I'm going to pull 5 more cards from the Waterfall Tarot to see what is in the near future for Malaya's energy. We can see where she's at now, but let's see what's the potential future for her. This is card 32. The message here says the Pilot is a speed demon. A speed demon? A speed demon? We get that energy with them of like snapping fingers. John brought that out, like, come on, let's go, quicker, quicker, quicker. It's like fast moving energy with them, and it's showing up right here in the form of the feminine energy, directly related to Malaya. We had that Empress card. Like, okay, so the fast moving energy is Malaya. So the Pilot is a speed demon. She's more comfortable moving at warp speed in a flying saucer than having her 2 boots on the ground. She is full of dynamic energy and knows where to find inspiration. She can't wait to unleash her ideas on the galaxy. Occasionally, something will spark your creative energy, and other times, inspiration is a little harder to find. The Pilot tells you not to wait until inspiration strikes you, but to seek out inspiration for yourself. If you've been procrastinating about something, get started on whatever you feel inspired to do. Now is the time. Get in that flying saucer and go explore the stars. The speed demon. Not being grounded in reality. Maybe literally... I mean, maybe not literally, but mentally, where she's at with like racing thoughts. Like being up in the clouds, up in the stars in terms of her mental health, like her current mental status, or I'm losing my train of thought here, but like her mental energy is very much racing. It's fast, it's not grounded, it's up in the stars, maybe not logical thinking. Interesting. If you're feeling uninspired, try creating something anyway. It might just help. The more you create, the more inspired you'll feel. Your productivity will ebb and flow, and this is okay. If your energy feels lower, it's time to rest and refill your inspiration. The Pilot is the speed demon. That is fucking crazy. Okay, let's get 5 cards from the Waterfall Tarot and ask what is next for Malaya. Fighting, conflict. Conflict is in her immediate future. Spirit, give us the energy for Malaya's immediate future. What is next after the energy she's currently in? What is in her very near future in terms of energetically? Judgment. Hell yes. Judgment with justice. They're closing in on her. And then again, like the body's coming out of stone graves, shallow graves. This is when the trumpet blows, people come out of their graves, but also a judgment call on her. We have the jail card here. We have death. We have center stage. I feel like they're closing in on Malaya. They know something, or somebody's going to say something. A dog is going to find something that's going to point them directly at her. This is a Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box. I wonder if they find Jack first, if they are split up. Oh wow, Ace of Swords, which is the yes card, and Strength. The Truth, Judgment, the Truth, maybe finding Jack first, maybe finding the kids. The Strength card. There's that Lion again. Could also be the feminine controlling the lion, which the lion represents, as we know, by the King and Queen of Wands, representing that prince with the unicorn and the lion on it was Malaya and Daniel. Is this woman... It's kind of showing me like she wasn't afraid of Daniel. Like she's putting her hands in a lion's mouth. If Daniel's the lion and she's keeping him at bay, not afraid of him, even keeping the lion in check, I don't know that he was... I was going to say as toxic as everyone's making him out to be. I'm sure they had fights. I'm sure she wasn't happy. I'm sure a lot of things could have been going on, but I don't see this as Daniel being abusive to her. And respectfully, we can agree to disagree and you can have your own opinions. That's totally fine. Just please remember to be respectful in the comments, whichever way you feel about this energy. I haven't gotten a firm message that Daniel was literally abusive to her. I definitely get the energy that Malaya wanted to leave, maybe wanted to get out, maybe had something else going on, maybe was already out of the house or whatever the case may be, but I don't... This specifically is telling me I don't know that he was like physically abusive to Malaya. That doesn't mean he wasn't emotionally or verbally abusive, because I don't know that, but I don't see that she was like in harm's way, like feared for her life, or he, you know, beat the shit out of her and she needed to get away at any measure, including hiding the kids and causing a hoax. I don't feel that. I feel like she's taming Daniel in a way. She has him under some sort of spell. She has Daniel under some sort of spell. How else does a woman control a lion other than if that lion is under a spell? Fucking yes. Justice. Look at all these major arcana again. Judgment, Ace of Swords, which is like, again, this, the Justice, the Ace of Swords, the truth, a hard truth. This is undisputed fact. This is the law enforcement coming in with facts, with the truth. Judgment and Strength card, like they're closing in on her and they're going to have a solid case here. That's basically like all major arcana. Wheel of Fortune, shut up. Wow. I'm gonna get two more. Two more cards for future energy. Future energy, yeah, somebody's gonna find the kids. They're gonna find out a truth. Still confused on the Strength card, but Justice. Justice is paying the consequences, potentially being arrested, going to jail. What's in the future for Malaya? World, another freaking major arcana. Like the world, like it's over. This is done. This is completion. This is coming to an end. This is a finality. This is wrapping up the mystery of what happened to Lily and Jack, because I do feel like they're going to be found when that trumpet calls, when God decides that their vessels will be found. They will come out of some sort of shallow grave. There's truth coming here. There's strength here. Justice, like the strength is within the justice. Like justice is going to get it right this time, I feel, and there's going to be a final ending, a wrapping up of this energy. Again, I see this lion down here that's really prominent to me. The Two of Cups. Possibly coming in. We have now Two of Cups on each corner here. Possibly even, again, with this lion's face. A lot of lion energy all over this. So bears, lions, dogs, unicorns. The Two of Cups, though, possibly justice and a final ending, a wrapping up of the mystery. And again, I think I said in the very first reading, I seen a vision of both of them in handcuffs. So I don't know if this means with this Two of Cups continuing to show up, but I told you guys early on, I always get the Two of Cups or the Lovers with the Justice card, with the masculine and the feminine around Lily and Jack. I seen them in handcuffs. Justice continues to repeat. I said this isn't going to go cold. They're going to find something out. They're going to find the kids. This will be brought to an end. Things will be wrapped up. There will be justice served here, and possibly for 2 people. What's at the bottom? 9 of Wands. Wounded warrior. Somebody was wounded here. Let's get a final Divine Circus for the final energy around Malaya. Spirit, what is the final energy for Malaya, Lily and Jack's mom? Final energy here. What do you want us to know about Malaya? I just heard in my head to pull a tea leaf with the circus card, so I don't know what that's gonna look like, but look at that. Look at the sadness, the black tears. It's giving me like gothic girl crying, sad girl energy. The good geisha, the good geisha. Card 18. I don't know what this is, so let's read it. I don't think I've ever pulled that card either. The juggler at the bottom. The 3 balls in the heart. Let's see. Where is... good geisha. Good, I don't know, it's gonna probably trigger some of you guys if I'm saying it wrong, so sorry ahead of time, but this card says you are clever. You know how to play an impressive game of strategy to win approval and gain allies. We had that very first card here was the honey trap with the bear, and it was also the card for like chess and strategy. You know how to play an impressive game of strategy to win approval and gain allies. Even without always noticing it consciously, you can sense what people want. Sometimes you are so good at showing others what they want to see, you forget how beautiful you are when you're just being you. But your time has come. The time to unveil the one true real you and attract the allies who are not interested in what you can do for them, but who will love you for who you really are. You are ready to opt out of a game that most people play unconsciously. It's a game of image and appearance at the expense of your true self. So many people are so used to playing this game, they no longer realize they're doing it. They don't really know who they are, and they're afraid to really find out. They live behind masks that appeal to others, but slowly starve their authentic self, denying it the opportunity to experience being seen and receive real love. Any promise of success, love, or wealth that begins with you contorting yourself into something you are not is a false promise. It cannot deliver anything worthy of you. You are not one of those fearful souls, but you know what it's like to have been caged in an invisible prison, a way of thinking and being that is not good for you. It's time gone by. In time gone by, your soul has been shackled, your voice has been silenced, your true beauty hidden under more appropriate or more acceptable guises, your intentions misunderstood and your words misconstrued. You've been like a beautiful wild creature captured as though somehow you could be tamed and caged. Fortunately, your sacred rage and divine defiance has rattled the cage of your past, forcing the door to swing open. You can and must continue to set yourself free. Be free from the expectations, opinions, and projections of others. Be free even from the self-image that you convinced yourself you were supposed to be. Be unafraid to discover the depths of your own being coming to life. If you do not, you shall bind yourself to a life far too bland for the color and majesty of your soul. Being what another wants you to be is a false promise of love, and you are destined for real, wild, pure love. Make sure you start by giving it to yourself. Then you can share it with others and then receive it from others too. Holy shit, talk about being caged and trapped and feeling suffocated in this family, again, with her like wanting to break free, get away. Maybe this whole being held upside down by this devil card, like feeling stuck and uncomfortable and trapped, and that continues to come out from Maleha's energy. The sadness here. Again, it doesn't justify what she did or didn't do to her kids, but it is just the overall energy around Malaya is that. Wow. From this day, I wash away anything untrue I've had to do or say. I choose to free myself to just be me in all my beautiful, crazy divinity. Wow. Interesting. Well, guys, that's a quick energy check-in for Malaya, and I say quick. I guess that wasn't quick, but I appreciate you guys being here and sticking through these long readings with me. I know they are a lot longer than a lot of other readers who read tarot. I know a lot of people go live for long periods of time, but you guys continue to show up and support these long card readings, and I appreciate you so much. I love you guys. Congratulations again to the 7K winner. Please stay tuned for 8K. Again, we are like 120-ish subscribers away from 8K. Thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed this video or just enjoy this type of content coming from the channel, please remember to like the video, drop a comment, say hello, share the video with your friends, subscribe if you haven't. All of that helps the algorithm get the message out to more people. It helps the channel grow, and I do appreciate it so much. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.